What is up, you guys? My name is Pieter. I'm a qualified veterinarian from South Africa, and in this video I'm going to spill the beans and show you guys exactly what my wife and I, who by the way is also a vet, earned and spent last year in 2021. I'm also going to compare it with our earnings and expenses of 2020 and comment on each category on how we plan on managing it moving forward. Why am I doing this? Because I believe that transparency is one of the most important things when it comes to personal finances. If I want you guys to listen and learn from me, then I need to walk the walk as well. And this video will highlight three very important things. Firstly, that you need to track your expenses. Secondly, that you need to budget. And thirdly, that you need to live below your means. If I keep hammering on these topics in my other videos, then I need to also be willing to show you how I try to implement it myself. Now, I am fully aware that this might attract a lot of opinions, and I will always welcome positive criticism. This video is by no means a way to flex or brag about neither our income nor our expenses, but rather to get the conversation going. In the Afrikaans culture, and I'm sure in most other cultures as well, talking about money is taboo. And this is the very reason why many people struggle to manage their finances, because they are too scared to talk about it. So yeah, I'm about to share a lot of personal information here, but my hope is that through doing this, I can inspire others to do the same. You will see that I am by no stretch an expert and that we also make many mistakes, but that is okay, because we are all just here trying to learn how to adult, and this is one of the first steps to do this. Okay, so enough rambling from my side. Let's dive into the numbers. So I basically went through all our bank statements from the 1st of January 2020 until the end of December 2021 and categorized them according to the following categories. I will go through each one individually and compare the numbers with the previous year to see if they increased or decreased. Just keep in mind, these numbers are for two people. I will mostly be using the South African Rand currency, but I will also show the equivalent US dollar amount on the screen at a rate of $1 US to 15 South African Rand for those who are watching from another country. Right, so on rent, we spend an average of 6,200 Rand per month, and this is a 7.3% decrease from 2020, where we spent an average of 6,688 Rand per month. This is mostly thanks to me moving in with my wife after we got married in April 2020, which meant we didn't have to pay double for rent anymore. But Pieter, didn't you say you got married in October 2021? Yes, we actually planned to get married in April 2020, but we had to postpone the wedding thanks to the Corona. So we basically just got married over Zoom and then had the official ceremony in October 2021. So we stay in an average 2-bedroom apartment in a complex in Vanderbijl Park with a small balcony. So I'm rather happy with what we spend on rent, as it is big enough for us at this stage. Next is household expenses. This is basically anything we bought for the house, like furniture, appliances, decorations, etc. In 2021, we spent an average of 1,250 Rand per month, which is 64.4% less than what we spent in 2020, which was 3,505 Rand per month. This is because most of our furniture were bought in 2020 when we moved in together, and because we still use a lot of old furniture we got from home, as we don't see the point in buying new ones if the old ones are still in perfect working condition. Next up is utilities. In 2021, we spent 713 Rand per month on water and electricity, which is up by 31.7% from 2020 when we spent only 542 Rand per month. What can I say, guys? Eskom is roking us with the constant increase in electricity prices. We really do try to adopt good habits of saving water and electricity, but even so, we still ended up spending a lot more in 2021. Next is transport. I drive a Peugeot 207 and my wife drives a Hyundai iX35, both of which our parents gave to us, fully paid off when we went to varsity. Yes, massive point of privilege over here, but as I said, complete transparency from my side. So our transport expenses mostly include fuel, services and toll fees, which worked out to be around 3,348 Rand per month in 2021, which was a slight increase of 1.5% from 2020 when it was 3,298 Rand per month. We live really close to everything, with the work, shops, gym and church all being in a 4-kilometer radius. But we do travel to Bloemfontein every now and again to visit my parents-in-law, which is about a 350-kilometer drive one way. Again, fuel price increases were quite brutal in 2021. So I am rather happy that our expenses on fuel did not go up too dramatically. Next up is food. And yeah, I know, this one is quite shocking to see. In 2021, we spent an average of 10,733 Rand per month on food, which was a 5.4% increase on 2020 when we spent an average of 10,181 Rand per month for the two of us. We try to eat healthy, and healthy food does not come cheap. But yeah, we also splurged on expensive Woolies chocolate, ice cream and cool drinks. This is definitely an eye-opener for me and something that we will be focusing on drastically reducing in 2022, aiming for anything below 6,000 Rand per month. Next up is medical and healthcare. We both have a hospital plan with ProfMed as well as gap cover with Stratum. This category also includes any over-the-counter medication and things like dentistry and normal doctor checkups. In 2021, we spent an average of 6,184 Rand per month, which was a 73.7% increase on 2020 when we spent 3,560 Rand per month. This is mostly because we both caught the Corolla in July 2021, which we thankfully didn't have to be hospitalized for, and because just after I recovered from Corolla, my wisdom teeth decided to cause trouble. So I had to get them removed as well. My hospital plan did not cover everything, so that was quite a large out-of-pocket expense for us. By the way guys, if you are looking for a good diet program that has proven results, then just get Corolla and then take out your wisdom teeth. The first 2 weeks you won't want to eat, and the next 2 weeks you won't be able to eat. So that is a guaranteed 7 kilogram loss in body weight. Take it from me, I have personal experience with this. Okay, next up is insurance. This includes our car's insurance, household content insurance, and our personal insurance, which consists of sickness and permanent incapacity insurance, life cover, critical illness cover, and professional disability cover, all of which we have with PPS. In 2021, we spent an average of 3,757 Rand per month, which was a 5% increase on 2020, where we spent an average of 3,571 Rand per month. I gotta say, I am really glad we had this insurance in place, as PPS paid out both when my wife and I were sick with Corolla and when I was booked off after having my wisdom teeth extracted. And this additional income really helped out a lot during that time. Next is banking costs. My least favorite of them all. In 2021, we spent a whopping 834 Rand on average on bank fees, which was an increase of 62.7% on 2020 when we spent an average of 513 Rand per month. I did open a business account and most of the increase in fees is thanks to that, but I still feel like I got properly shafted last year. So I'm planning on cutting this down to around 500 Rand again. For our cell phone expenses, we spent an average of 1,997 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 96.2% on 2020 when we spent 1,018 Rand per month. Now, I know this sounds horrible, but we bought 2 new phones cash in November 2021, so this drastically inflated the monthly spend on our phones. We are only planning on spending about 200 Rand each on our phones moving forward for the next 3 years, so this expense will become diluted in the future. On internet, we spend an average of 482 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 120% on 2022 when we spent about 219 Rand per month. I'm not too concerned about this as we needed better and faster internet because of our online side hustles, but I am planning on keeping it below 500 Rand per month moving forward, as the 90 gigabyte line we have now is more than enough for our online businesses and for watching the occasional Netflix on a lower quality, of course. Next category is personal care and hygiene. This basically includes everything from grooming expenses, hair and skin products, hygiene stuff, and things my wife buys that I don't really know much about. This worked out to be around 3,355 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 57.1% on 2020 when it was around 2,135 Rand per month. Now, to be fair, this number may not be 100% accurate, as some of these expenses came from this scheme, which could probably have been listed under medical or food expenses, and I really didn't have the time or energy to go through every single line on every single slippy to separate them out. Nevertheless, this is definitely a category where we need to try and drastically cut down on. Next up is personal entertainment. This basically includes everything we spent on our wedding over the past 2 years. In 2021, we spent an average of 3,593 Rand per month, which was an increase of 19.7% on 2020 when we spent about 3,002 Rand per month. Weddings are expensive. Our wedding was very expensive for me, but it was a very important and special day in our lives, which we waited for over 2 years, so no regrets. But luckily, this category will also be slashed down dramatically moving forward. Next are donations. We strongly believe in giving back around 10% of our income to the church, mostly motivated by Christian principles. In 2021, we gave away an average of 5,287 Rand per month, which was a decrease of 24.3% on 2020 when we gave away an average of 6,980 Rand per month. This decrease is mostly because we also earned less in 2021, which we will get to in a minute. For subscriptions, we spent 125 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 107.1% on 2020 when we spent only 60 Rand per month. We used to only have Spotify, but in 2021 we also added Netflix, which is still way cheaper than the daylight robbery that is DStv. On holidays and recreation activities, we spent 1,809 Rand per month in 2021, which was 52.8% less than 2020, where we spent an average of 3,828 Rand per month. In early 2020, I paid for our honeymoon in Zanzibar, which to this day we could still not use thanks to Mr. Corolla. So this is why 2020's expenses are much higher in this category. For gifts, we spent an average of 773 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 11.9% on 2020 when we spent 333 Rand per month. This is rather self-explanatory. In my family, we all chip in to buy each other a big birthday present every single year, and I believe this expense is still reasonable. On takeouts, we spent an average of 446 Rand per month in 2021, which was a decrease of 15.7% from 2020 when we spent 530 Rand per month. And with we, I mostly refer to myself, as I am a sucker for Macdies and Crushers. But this is something that I really need to cut back on, as it is not healthy and quite an unnecessary expense. On alcohol, we spent 102 Rand per month in 2021, which was a 26.8% decrease from 2020 when we spent 139 Rand per month. I don't really drink that much anymore, but my wife and I do enjoy some good red wine every now and again, so I am happy with what we currently spend on this category. On clothing, we spent an average of 1,222 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 61.1% from 2020 when we spent 759 Rand per month. I don't think we need any more clothes, and we'll probably just replace what is old and broken moving forward. So I am hoping to cut back on our clothing spend as well. On personal development, which mainly include online courses and books in which we develop our skills, we spent an average of 682 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 116.6% from 2020 when we spent 315 Rand per month. I view personal development as really important, so I don't mind buying good books that can help me move forward in life. Online courses are sometimes a hit and miss, but still, if I manage to learn something valuable that I can one day use to earn more income, then it would probably be worth it. And then the last two categories are technology and professional fees. Most of these expenses are business related, with technology including all the hardware tech that we bought, as well as subscriptions to software, and the professional fees including all the other running costs related to our business. So for technology, we spent an average of 3,959 Rand per month in 2021, which was a decrease of 15.3% from 2020 when we spent 4,673 Rand per month. And then for professional fees, we spent an average of 1,929 Rand per month in 2021, which was a decrease of 8.4% from 2020 when we spent 2,105 Rand per month. We basically now have bought everything we really need for our online side hustles, so I am expecting the tech category expenses to go down dramatically for 2022, whilst the running costs of the business will probably remain more or less the same moving forward. Alright, so this brings us to the total average expenses for 2021 of 58,691 Rand per month for the two of us. This is an increase of 0.9% from 2020 when our total average monthly expenses were 58,188 Rand per month. This is below the average rate of inflation, but obviously still way too much for two people. I ideally want to cut this down to below 40,000 Rand and would be really happy if we can get it below 35,000 Rand per month. Now let's look at our income. We both have a 6-year degree in veterinary science and are currently working in small animal practice. Our average combined monthly salary after tax for 2021 was 60,070 Rand. This is actually 20.2% less than what we earned in 2020, which was 75,222 Rand per month, mostly because I worked as a state vet for the government back then, and as you all know, government jobs are very highly paid, but the job wasn't fulfilling enough for me, hence why I joined my wife in private practice. From side hustles, we made an average of 5,060 Rand per month in 2021, which was an increase of 129.1% from 2020 when we only made 2,209 Rand per month. I am really glad and proud to see that our side hustle income doubled in a year's time, and I am hoping that it will double again next year. We received an average of 642 Rand per month in the form of wedding gifts for 2021, which was a decrease of 91.5% from 2020 when it was 7,534 Rand per month. This wasn't really received per month, but rather as a lump sum before our initial wedding in 2020 from our parents to help pay for the wedding, and then again in October 2021 from our wedding guests. As mentioned earlier, we received medical payouts from our insurance when we were sick back in 2021, which amounted to an average of 2,740 Rand per month. We did not receive any medical payouts in 2020. And then lastly, just to be as concise as possible, we received tax refunds that averaged out to be 7,411 Rand per month in 2021, which was a 120.8% increase from 2020, where it was on average 3,357 Rand per month. This is always very much lacquer to see, and I have made multiple videos on how you can save on taxes as well, that you guys can go check out if you are interested. Okay, so if we include our salary, gifts, side hustles, medical payouts and tax refunds, this brought our total average income for 2021 to be around 75,871 Rand, which was a decrease from 2020 of 14.1%, where it was 88,322 Rand per month. And then lastly, our savings and investments for 2021 amounted to an average of 23,904 Rand per month, which was a decrease of 5.7% from 2020, when our savings were on average 25,348 Rand per month. This equates to a savings rate of 28.9% for 2021 and 30.3% for 2020. I based our savings rate as a percentage of our expenses, not our income, so that it is a much more accurate representation. We had about 100,000 Rand in student debt that we paid off in 2020, but this was also included in the savings rate calculation. Now, you guys may notice a bit of a discrepancy in the calculation of income minus expenses equals savings, but this is because I only counted the money we put towards our long-term investments, not our short-term savings or emergency fund. And there was also a bit of a surplus from 2020 that we invested in 2021, so hence why there will be a slight difference. So to tie this all together, from 2020 to 2021, we received 14.1% less income, our expenses increased by 0.9%, and we saved 1.4% less of our income towards retirement. Now, we are really fortunate to have well-paying jobs, and I am happy so far on our progress with our side hustle income. But it is clear that lifestyle inflation is creeping up on us, and that we also fell victim to consumerism. Unforeseen expenses like medical care is understandable, but we are also spending way too much on things like food, cell phones, takeouts and personal care, so we will be focusing hard on cutting back on these expenses drastically. I'm not too concerned about our business expenses, as I view this as another form of investment in which we invest in ourselves, which will one day hopefully also pay off well. Now, I'm really glad that I took the time to document all of this, as it is a real eye-opener for us and we now have something to work from moving forward. I really hope that this video helped encourage some of you to do the same, as tracking your expenses like this truly is the first step towards getting a good grip on your finances. Feel free to let me know down in comments what you guys think about our expenses. As I've said, this is quite a bold move to put one's personal information like this on the internet, but if anything, I really hope that this will get other people to be more open about their own finances and to just get the conversation going. If you guys don't mind, please also smack the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Lekker!